Y esta la presentación.
Al estilo de Martín.
Que les guste y que disfruten de él.
Real Madrid is the most successful club in the world. It was named by FIFA as the best club of the 20th century, and the Whites have won more European Cups than any other club, 12 in total, as well as 6 Club World Cups, 4 European Super Cups, 2 UEFA Cups, 33 leagues, 19 Spanish Cups and 10 Spanish Super Cups. Madrid is the capital of Spain and home to the Spanish government and all the ministries and institutions that it encompasses. It is also the official residence of the King of Spain and the country's president. Madrid's economy is based on the service sector, and the city is considered to be the 4th richest in Europe, behind Paris, London and Moscow. Madrid is in the center of the country and is the capital of the Madrid region, with a population of over 7 million people in its metropolitan area. The Madrid Barajas Adolfo Suarez Airport is 13 kilometers from the Santiago Bernabéu Stadium and can be reached by metro, car or bus. Madrid also has a number of bus stations connecting with the rest of Spain and Europe, plus 2 main train stations, Atocha and Chamartín, where high-speed and local trains serve the rest of Spain and destinations further afield, such as France and Portugal. Madrid has a large number of hotels. One of the best is the Hotel Westin Palace, that is 4.5 kilometers from the Santiago Bernabéu, right in the center of the city and standing for over 100 years. It has rooms from €250 per night. A little cheaper is the Meliá Castilla, which is just over a kilometer from the stadium, in an area full of restaurants, where a room price starts at €170. An even cheaper option is the designer hotel One Shot Prado, that is almost 5 kilometers away from the Bernabéu in the old part of the center, and has room prices from €90 per night.
This is a welcoming and open place. We want tourists to come here, where we treat everybody well and with a smile.
Our average temperatures here allow us to be out in the street a lot. This is a city that's very safe, with great schools and some of the best hospitals in the world, and above all, a lifestyle that lends itself to being outdoors.
The Madrid region is not just Madrid. We also have 3 cities that have been designated heritage sites. Alcalá de Henares, the home of Miguel de Cervantes, Aranjuez with its royal palace and gardens, and El Escorial with its iconic monastery.
Hello,
I'm Alberto Vázquez, an actor, and I'm going to show you the most beautiful corners of Madrid. We're right in front of the Royal Palace that was built by Felipe V and is one of the biggest in the world. All the statues that we can see here are the kings and queens of Spain. Here, right next to the Royal Palace, is the marvellous Almudena Cathedral of Madrid. It was finished recently, at the end of the last century. And it was here that the current king, Felipe, married his wife, Doña Leticia.
Hello everybody, I'm Peja Mijatovic, a former Real Madrid player and scorer of the goal that brought the club its 7th European Cup. The 7th was very important for the club because it was the start of our complete domination of the competition. After the 7th there were 5 more, so now it's 12 European Cups. And here we are in Plaza de Cibeles, an important place for all Madrid fans, because this is where they come to celebrate their trophies. Cibeles is also a symbol of the city and a square that I personally love. I'll show you it. Here in the centre is the goddess in the fountain. And the square is surrounded by 4 emblematic buildings. The Buena Vista Palace, Linares Palace, the Bank of Spain, and the Palace of Communications, home to Madrid's town hall. Just a 500-metre walk from Cibeles is the Prado Museum. This is the most important in Spain and one of the most important in the world. It has works of art from 3 of the great artists, Velázquez, Goya and El Greco. The Thyssen and Reina Sofia museums are 2 more very important museums, and they're also very close to here.
We're in the Plaza de la Villa, which used to be the home to the town hall for a very long time, until very recently. This is the Casa de Cisneros, a very important historical building. There is the statue of Don Álvaro de Bazán. And another historical building, not to be missed, is the fantastic Torre de Lujanes that sits on top of the Plaza de la Villa. Here I am in the Puerta del Sol, the dead centre of Spain, where all distances are measured from the kilometre zero. The most important building here is what you can see behind me, the post office building, which has become the home of the regional government. There's also a famous clock in this building, where the Spanish New Year is famously celebrated by eating 12 grapes when it strikes. Just around the corner from the Puerta del Sol is one of the most important places for tapas. It's called Restaurante Labra. Come join me for a typical cod dish. Amazing. We are just a few meters from the Puerta del Sol in the Asturias neighborhood. This is the famous Plaza Mayor. It's a beautiful square with arches and 10 access points. The most famous one is the Arco de Cuchilleros. Many films have been filmed here. A must when visiting the Plaza Mayor is to order squid sandwich. It's an unforgettable experience.
Tapas is the most popular food in Madrid. The Mercado de San Miguel is the perfect place to enjoy this cuisine. Spanish tortilla, croquetas, oreja, a plate of jamón are just a few of the tapas you can enjoy in Madrid.
Madrid offers some of the best cuisine in Europe and in the world. There are lots of places to eat and traditional restaurants that have been offering local Madrid food for many years. There are also many cutting-edge restaurants. There are 16 with Michelin stars.
The typical dish in Madrid is Spanish tortilla, made with potato. Everyone's heard of it. Here at Fishmula, I thought hard about how to get the best tortilla. It's a dish that I can never take off the menu, and it's what we sell most of. It has a fine slither of egg that wraps around a shiny yolk with some pork, and in our case, we've added some cineto. It gives it a special touch. It's lovely as it references the traditional Madrid dish.
Hello, we are here in the La Bola restaurant, and we are going to make a Madrid cocido dish over charcoals. It has black pudding, chicken, and ham on the bone. The chickpeas are left to soak the day before, with chorizo, pork, and potato. Now we put them in water and leave them to cook over the charcoals for 4 to 5 hours.
The first thing we do is put the cocido soup in the same stew that you saw us cooking earlier. My great-grandmother decided on this Madrid cocido as the special dish here when she opened the restaurant in 1870, as it was the most typical dish around in those days. And it stayed that way. Next, we add the chickpeas, all the meat, the potato, and also the cooked vegetables, cabbage and oil, and garlic. We add the tomato with cumin on top of the chickpeas. This is very typical here, and we can add some chili pepper and spring onion to the soup or the chickpeas, whatever we prefer.
As we're very well known, people like to come here and try our egg and chips and also our tripe.
Look at that great dish, and it's very healthy.
The people here love to shop, and our shopping areas are famous. Places like Calle Serrano for fashion and handicrafts. You have to come to Madrid with a suitcase because you'll leave with it full for sure.
Being part of the Spanish capital is very important for us. As I said before, it's a city that in the last 10, 15, 20 years has become a great tourist attraction. And this place has also become an important place of interest. The Real Madrid legend attracts a great deal of tourists.
The Santiago Bernabéu was founded in 1947 and has a capacity of 81,000 spectators. UEFA has included it in their list of elite stadiums.
I think that Real Madrid is a way of understanding life. Apart from, of course, being very successful, nowadays, Real Madrid is also a very prestigious international organisation. It's widely recognised as a model to follow in the management of sport bodies.
Real
Madrid always want to attract the best in every position. Paul had a great reputation in his area. He's very important for us because here, in the Bernabéu, we always need to have our pitch in perfect conditions to make sure that our players can technically show off their skills. He's an extraordinary professional. Even UEFA turns to him for help when it comes to big competitions.
Well, it's the biggest club in the world. It's the place everyone wants to be at. We win the most European trophies. It's like a dream to be involved in Real Madrid. The club's demanding. Real Madrid wants to have the best of everything: the best team, the best pitch, the best stadium, the best fans, and so it's just a demanding environment. The climate here in Madrid is very difficult for the grass. We have two extremes. In the winter we go cold, which is what I'm used to in England, and in the summer it's very, very hot. So it's quite a challenging place to grow grass. Because we have such a big stadium, we have to use grow lights, which you can see behind, which basically replicate the sun, so the grass photosynthesizes. We have undersoil heating underneath to stop the ground freezing, so that they help us in the winter. And in the summer, we just try to do good practices to stop any big disease outbreaks. When preparing for the games, obviously the first thing we do is check out the weather forecast, because everything we do is a reaction to the weather. If it's hot and sunny, then we're watering. If it's wet, then we're making sure the drainage is working properly. And also it depends on the time of year. But a typical game day, we'll cut the pitch in two directions. Firstly, the length of the grass, the lengthways, and then secondly across the field to get a clean cut with nice strong stripes for television. And then we paint the white lines and do all the watering to get the field to feel the right softness for the medical department, so everyone's happy, basically.
We must go out and win every game and every championship we take part in. To achieve this, you must have the best players in the world. Having world-class footballers in this dressing room is inevitable. And logically, one of the coach's goals and challenges is to make the most out of these players to form a winning team. It's important to make them understand that the most important thing is the team, and that they must put their talent to the service of the squad. In a winning team like Real Madrid, we always need to make sure the players know what Real Madrid is about, and that they have grown up knowing what Real Madrid is. Therefore, our academy plays a vital role. We attach great importance to Ciudad, Real Madrid, and to everything that surrounds it. We invest a lot of money and effort into the building of our human capital to form players who can make it to this dressing room and step out onto the Bernabeu pitch to defend everything that Real Madrid is about. Our fans are very loyal because the stadium is always full, and that's what all players want to see when they run out onto the pitch, a full stadium. But at the same time, they're very demanding. They're used to winning, used to seeing good football, and that's what they expect to see in every game that's played here at this stadium.
Real Madrid fans are known as merengues due to their white kits, or vikingos, the Vikings, the name that was given to them by the Times newspaper because of the team's dominance in Europe.
All my life I've been a Real Madrid fan. I've been coming to the Bernabeu to watch games up in the gods since I was 10.
The most important thing for us is to see our team as united as possible, to be proud of them and make them proud of us.
I have a lot of fun. I think that people should join supporters clubs because that way you experience football in a different way, and it's really worth it.
Real Madrid is my life. Since I can remember, I've always tried to get into the Bernabeu any way possible. I can't imagine my life without Real Madrid.
Real Madrid is a fighter, never gives up. And we could clearly see this in the Lisbon final. Everybody had already thought that the Champions League was lost. And then, in the last minute, the corner that Ramos headed home, and the team went from being totally gutted to being absolutely euphoric. And that's what Real Madrid is about.
I think there can't be any other option. If you want to be happy in your football life, you must support Real Madrid.
Raul was one of our best-known players. He was the kind of player who chased the ball. Regardless of whether he scored or not, he'd always give his all. And that is what Real Madrid values are about, devotion and fighting until the very end.